All right, we're here today with former UFC fighter, Brave FC fighter, Titan FC fighter, RIZIN fighter, and the list goes on and on. Jose Shorty Torres. We're at La Marsa in Coral Springs. Shorty, you just gave a nice description to the waitress.
Yeah. I'm everywhere, man. When it comes to Mediterranean food or Arabic food, you know, I've trained out of Bahrain. I had my Brave debut in Jordan. I've been to Qatar, Saudi, you know, cornering fighters. I've been to Abu Dhabi, Dubai, all these different places. So when it comes to Mediterranean food, especially living in Bahrain for 3 months, it's one, a whole different world, but then two, it's like you get to experience different cultures. And when it comes to the food, you start to respect it a lot.
Cool. I really this isn't something I eat a lot, so it's going to be an experience for me.
I hope you enjoy it because this Mediterranean food and Indian food are like tied for my number 2. I'm Mexican, Puerto Rican, so Mexican food's my number 1. I'm biased, but coincidentally, for fun fact, a pastor in Mexico, the thing on the trompo that people cut, it's shawarma. It's from the Middle East. So even Spanish is based off of Arabic. So it all slowly circles back to that. So I'm like, oh, cool, back to the roots.
Oh, dude, this is about to be an educational podcast.
I got you, man. I can do it. I've traveled the world. I've found out. I think last week I marked down. I've been to 38 countries. You know, and literally solely because of MMA.
It's definitely something I want to talk about. I'm going to try to run this through. Like I said, I got notes here because you're
man, let's do it.
You got to be one of the deepest guys I've had a deep dive into.
I hope that's what she says, but you know, it's all because of the day.
Well, I think it's supposed to be reversed, but
yeah.
But we're gonna, man, I kind of want to start with what just happened, right?
Yeah.
You just fought in RIZIN, right? You lost a split decision.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I watched your reaction. Your post-fight that you posted on YouTube. I know you said that your dog died. You weren't able to be there for him, man. Yeah. I know that sucks.
Oh.
That sucks. I'm sorry for your loss, dude.
To me, thank you.
Dogs are one of the greatest things on earth.
Yeah.
So I know you had a lot of stuff you were going through and whatnot, but you manhandled the man. They have highlight clips of you picking him up and dragging him across the ring, looking like a Kebabs Jr. over here.
Which sucks because it's they put out that highlight and then, at the end it's his hands raised. You're
yeah, it's a little backwards.
And the one cool thing I get out of this is that after I fought in Japan, I decided to stay there and enjoy myself a little bit. They respected me because of how I reacted. It wasn't I was I was saying all these bad words and blaming people. I was just sucks, but I got to do what I got to do. When I was in high school, my high school wrestling coach would say, because we would have tournaments, and even if you lost, it's 2 losses and you're out. So if you lost once, you had to get a level head again and go back in there. So he's like, hey man, I'm going to give you 10 minutes. Go to the locker room, do and throw whatever fit you need to, and then come back out composed. So that literally was our process because he would be pissed. He's like, oh, you're going to throw this fit? You're not even going to wrestle your second match. And then you're like, oh, no, I want to wrestle, and you're like, no, you screwed yourself over. So that kind of helped where it's damn, it sucks. So when I was walking away and still doing fan service, Japanese fans especially, they don't care if you lose. They want you to win, they support you, but they want you to put on a good show. If they know you're a warrior and you respect the culture back, dude, you're amazing. And for me, purple hair, Gengar, anime stuff, and what I do for fan service, they respect me back. And the craziest thing, man, Dean Thomas is in my corner, and him and I are very, very good friends.
I was going to bring that up too. I think half of our guests at this point have been coached or mentored by Dean.
And phenomenal, man. I literally look at him as the black sitcom father I've always wanted. And I'm definitely the kid he never wanted.
Uncle Phil?
No, he's my Carl Winslow.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm his Steve Urkel. He's just damn. But all right, man, come on. Let's go. That's 100% our relationship. But, Dean's extremely famous, especially now working at UFC analyst.
Yeah.
And so he's like, yeah, man, I'll hang out with you. Let's go walk around outside Thomas Super Arena. And I'm early in the card. So I'm like, let me walk out, see what's up to my friends. Because I brought my own camera crew, my own people. So I wanted to hang out with them, grab some ice cream. I'm a little sad. I'm like, I'm going to go eat some ice cream. And I walk out and the fans are like, oh, Jose Torres-san. And they just want to take pictures. And I'm giving out stickers, And that day alone, I think it took me 2 hours just to leave. It was intermission, so everyone's getting drinks, getting food. So I walk out trying to find my friends, and I got stuck there. And Dean is like, dude, don't worry. Do your thing. Enjoy this because it's super rare for you to lose and the fans admire you or love you.
Right.
And even though it sucks to hear like, hey man, you won, it's nice to get all the support because it's like, man, I'm getting my ass kicked for a living, you know? So to be able to say, hey man, we want to see you fight again. Like, we appreciate you. We can't wait to see you back in there. It's like, that's motivating instead of like the American fans, you suck, you're a piece of whatever. And so you're just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore.
I mean, dude, that's part of why I rocked the Pride shirt today. Cause like there was no time in MMA like the Pride time, man. Like the best Japanese fighters, man. I mean, Sakuraba, I don't know his record off the top of my head, but I mean, how many times does that guy get like annihilated? Yeah. And he was one of the most beloved like figures in all of Japanese MMA. Like a lot of guys like that. Like I'm trying to remember the other dude's name that they would always throw in to lose against all the big guys.
Well, dude, it's crazy because you look at any of the Japanese fighters that are mainly based in Japan, their fighters are like 19-9, you know, or 20-10. You're like, whatever. They just want to fight. Yeah. Like, that's all it is. And
it's that warrior spirit, dude. Exactly. They love that stuff still.
And even one of the guys that I lost a controversial decision on who won the Grand Prix, Hiromasu Kubo.
Right.
Dude, I don't know how many losses he's had, but he's 38 years old, just won another, Grand Prix tournament. It's like, dude, that's awesome. That gives me hope because I'm like, even at that age, I can still win, compete, and all that stuff.
You're good right now. You're still in your prime and everything.
Yeah, but I've also been training since I was 4 years old. So, and doing so many different sports. So where like I can tell you, you look at boxing, Lomachenko, given I don't have that extensive of a record, but I've had hundreds of wrestling. I've had, now I'm on, I think 49, if not 50 MMA fights total, amateur and pro. I've had lots of boxing, judo, jiu-jitsu, all these different things. So my body's tired. So you look at Lomachenko, he retired at like 32, 33 years old. It's not because he's not good, for sure, but your body's tired, dude. You can only do this productively so long. And that's the hard part as an athlete when you've been doing it all your life to go, I probably can't compete with the best anymore. Maybe it's the right time before I seriously get hurt. And that's, you see these fighters, I love Marlon Moraes, but been knocked out 6 times in a row, or even Tony Ferguson. We all love him.
Well, he's kind of making a comeback, dude.
But exactly, and that gives me hope. You look at Dominic Reyes losing 4 or 5 times. Yeah. And then, given he just lost, but he was on a spree, and it's like, dude, that's dope. That gives you inspiration as a fighter, as a person to keep on going.
Yeah, I hate the Loma example too, man, because that guy got robbed a few times as well. And I think that's a big factor as well, right? Like if you're in those years, like, 32, you're 33, right? Mm-hmm. So you're getting robbed and whatever, you feel like you won. It's got to be tough because you got to climb the ladder again. Oh, here we go. Ooh. We got some good stuff coming. What is this? Fresh lemonade? Fresh lemonade. Awesome.
Oh, thank you very much. Yay. All right. See, this is the best part is that you get to try something different. Yeah. Like it's not, oh, cool, we got water. Oh, what do you want? You want something to drink? Soda? Okay, cool. No, this is like a mixture. And plus, any little smoothie is different in different cultures.
Oh, big time. Mint lemonade, that's crazy. Oh, dude, that's nice.
If you don't like sour, this is going to be...
No, this too. I don't know if you want to...
Yeah, please. I don't care. I don't care, man.
I don't either.
I'm not worried about it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Some fresh pita bread. Garlic paste.
Oh, thank you very much.
We're going to put some olive oil on top.
Why you got to make it so nice? Like, shukran. This is awesome. No, which one do you like better?
I was about to ask you the same thing.
This is smoother. If you like tart, that's going to be the drink. I'm a tart guy. So let's swap. Let's swap. You're sweet. I appreciate it. Which one do you like better?
I kind of like this one. It's got a little bit more of a variety of flavor. That's just like lemon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lemonade. But, all right.
Like that almost tastes like a stick of wintergreen gum, dude.
So, hummus. So, in the Middle East, which, you ever seen Don't Mess with the Zohan? With Adam Sandler.
Oh, yeah.
Very stereotypical movie about Arabics and hummus and all that stuff. One of the plays in the movie is everything is with hummus. Like they'll brush your teeth with hummus instead of toothpaste, or they're combing their hair instead of gel. It's hummus, like, which is hilarious because when I went there, dude, everything you had was with hummus. It's like in Mexico, everything's with tortillas. Like, that's the same exact thing, and it's hilarious.
It ends up being awesome, though.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Like, I mean, dude, I married into a Spanish family, so I'm right there with you on that stuff.
Soft. Oh, so soft. Damn. Okay, they're impressing me already. Okay,
I'm gonna keep the first bite for the main dish, but
like, dude, that's how you know, like, it's just smoking, it's fresh. Oh, I feel really happy about this. Okay. Sorry, I'm already eating.
No, I'm watching. I'm gonna let you take the lead, and I'm gonna see.
When it comes to food, I will always take the lead. I always say if I go on a date, I was like, you might not like me, but you're gonna like the food I get you to try.
No, I noticed that too. Do you post quite a bit of food stuff as well? So I was like, this is perfect.
One, I'm a fat kid at heart. I've always had, my nickname is Fat Boy. That was my very original nickname. Dude, my baby photo is not even me like chubby. I'm round.
Yo, me too though. Me too.
It was bad.
No, dude, I have a picture. I played baseball when I was in elementary school. And my parents make sure that shit's right at our front door.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever I have someone come over, like when I had my wife meet my parents, first thing she sees is me with just the biggest, rosiest cheeks holding a baseball bat. It's, dude.
Yeah,
but it reminds you where you came from, you know?
Well, food to me is a love language.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, everyone's like, oh, physical touch. Is like, no, man, take me out to eat.
Is that the move right there? Do you put the hummus inside of the pita?
And just enjoy it. Yeah. So don't put too much because it might just ooze out. But yeah, man.
Don't worry about that. We're always slobs on this show.
When it comes to food, we're athletes. That's just, we're not the cleanest people in the world. But when it comes to food, it's just, especially when you travel so much, I'm that type of person that doesn't mind awkward food. Like, let's try something different. Like, why not? So, like, I remember I went to Kazakhstan and they're like, hey, we want you to try horse milk. I was like, I don't know. Horses made milk, like
right. They don't, right?
So I don't know. And so they're like, oh, our warriors drink this. And dude, they gave me this drink. They're like, oh, here. And it's like, it looked like milk, but it was like bubbly. Yeah. I was like, dude, you just get this out of the horse right now? Like, it looks like piss to me, And the way I describe it, it tasted like maybe 1 week old sour milk before it gets chunky.
Yeah.
With 7-Up. Like, it was bubbly and it's sour. And so I'm like, okay, cool. And Jay-Z Cavalcante's like, Shorty, you try it first. And I'm like, damn, all right. And I tried it. I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not worthy. I'm not like the Warriors. I can't do this. I tried it, but it was easily the worst, like, milk. I hope it was milk that I've ever had. I really do hope it was milk.
You were secretly on Fear Factor?
Oh, no, I'd win that show. Like, I'd be like Dave Chappelle when he played that character. It's like, oh, I'm just asleep with the cockroaches. Like, why not? That'd be me.
Dude, I say the same thing, but like, some of them shits were scary.
Well, like, so I do something for Armed Forces Entertainment. So I go hang out with the military overseas. Like, in 2 months, I'm going to be in Norway again. I just hang out with the troops. We teach them stuff, and then we try to beat them up and just, have fun. And the camaraderie between athletes and military. And one time, they're like, hey, you guys want to get attacked by dogs? And literally all the big guys, it's like Eric Anders, like McMahon, my manager, Charles Rose, all these bigger gentlemen are like, Shorty, you want to do it? I'm just like, why me? I'm the smallest guy here. Like, and so I got attacked by a dog first.
You put on the suit and stuff and they like bit you?
Yeah. And I was just like running but I'm the type of person that I want to do it first anyways. So hopefully you feel more comfortable to do it.
Right.
So like, let's say like I just met you. I want to embarrass myself so bad to where you feel comfortable to do anything because you're like, well, it's not going to be as bad as that. Like, that's my goal. Because I don't care. Like, I just have fun. Yeah. So when it comes to like really dumb stuff too, I'm like, oh, let's go do it and have some fun.
That's amazing.
As long as I don't die, I'm good for the most part.
And we have a similar mindset on that because I always try to go into stuff that it's like, if it's not going to kill me, it's probably not so bad.
Well, sadly, and maybe it's a little bit darker for the podcast, but like, I've had my days where I'm like, dude, stop playing with your food. Like, just take me now.
Don't worry. We had extensive conversations about that on a couple of the podcasts. Yeah. Like, we spoke with JJ Wilson. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's in PFL. And I think one of his siblings ended up committing suicide, and he wanted to as well at some point. And we all just aired all that stuff out. Like, I think we all feel that way sometimes.
I had a few years where there was 1 year I lost. So I used to be engaged as well. I was with somebody for 7 years, lost that relationship. I was in the UFC, got treated very unfairly. It was just a short end, like I got the short end of the stick. And it was one of those like just out of my control circumstances where, I tried and just didn't work out. So I worked my whole career for the UFC, get cut, lose my engagement around the same time. And then my father dies, which at the time, literally my father was the reason why I started this career.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why do I even fight? Plus, I had these other two things that I was working so hard to eventually, inevitably, hopefully one day, but build a family. And then my engagement's gone, So it's like that. And then literally I worked my whole life to build to this career and it's taken away before other promotions slowly started to blossom, like PFL, Brave. And I'm just kind of like, oh, damn, what do I do now? So literally, I was kind of self-sabotaging myself with lots of things. And in a sense, literally, I find out like I'm not trying to kill myself, but I'm slowly trying to kill myself. It's like that self-sabotage of like, I might as well take everything from me and ruin everything else if this is gone. So it was, it was a fun time.
It looks like you bounced back pretty well, though.
So far. I mean, it all depends on the day when we have our bad moments, but I kind of looked at it this way, especially with my last fight. Dude, it sucks. One, for people who don't know MMA, usually you win double. So let's say, and I'm lowballing.
With the win bonus.
Yeah, I'm lowballing this. So
they do that in RIZIN too?
Yeah, for the most part. But let's say I'm lowballing this. Let's say my paycheck's $1,000.
Yeah.
You know, I'm making $1,000 a fight, but if I don't win, I'm only making $1,000.
Right.
If I win, then I make $2,000. So let's say you're banking on, you know, your life for this. I wanted to buy an apartment complex, but I got robbed in one decision where I'm like,
more food income.
Yay. This bread is very good, by the way. It's very, very soft, and the paste as well. Thank you.
Super fresh.
So, you know, I've had times where I'm like, oh, cool, I'm going to advance my life after my career. Let me buy a building or a home or apartment complex. But because I lost, I couldn't afford it. And I'm just like, or I get hurt, and then there's months of me not fighting with this one single paycheck, you know? So this really did, even this last fight, like I was banking on stuff, and now I'm like, oh, I can't do the things I was looking forward to, even when the world told me I won, but these three judges told me I lost, or at least two of them because it was split. So it's like, oh, nothing I can do besides try and pursue. So I look at it this way: is no matter what's happened in my life, and given shitty stuff's still going to happen, like no matter what, as long as I still have the opportunity to try, technically I can change that.
Right.
You look at Petroyan, he literally won the belt, had three fight losing streak, and then finally won.
And dude, like, he looked dominant against Marab.
And he's older. And for me, that's my mindset of like, you know, I'm on a 3-fight losing streak, even though it's all fights I thought I won. But now I still have an opportunity to try. If I didn't, that's a whole different thing. Cool, I got to figure myself out mentally, but I still have room. Why not? The opportunity to grow and also figure out different things. Like I'm helping Amanda Nunes for her fight. I'm helping Priscilla Cachoeira. I'm helping a friend named Nick different, you know, athletes get ready. So it's like, you know what? Even though I'm struggling, I get to give back and do my little thing and give my 2 cents to other people, just like Dean Thomas. So you know, it's one day at a time, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah, dude, the Dean thing that you mentioned, that is it's crazy impressive, the amount of people this guy's able to corner and coach and mentor. Because it's like I said, half our guests on here like have been mentored or coached by Dean Thomas. Is actually wild.
Dean, you know, it's crazy.
And I know you do something similar. That's why I bring that up. Like, dude, it's impressive, and it's a really nice thing you guys are doing.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, he's a role model. I've always wanted to do it, but he gives me that knowledge to do it better.
Yeah,
you know, and just like anyone, it's like he's my teacher, and I get to utilize those masterful skills and create my own fun techniques with it as well and mix it up. So he I was literally with him right before this, helping Priscilla and helping Amanda, and like.
You saw what happened with Amanda's fight?
Yeah, sadly. It's whatever the excuse is, you know, because I see it's a neck injury, but then I hear it's other things. Again, fighters always say whatever just to kind of make it better. It sucks, you know, and again, it's Kayla, the accidents happen, whatever the case may have happened.
That was like the whole reason Amanda came back, though.
Yeah, no,
that's
for
the
sure.
Crazy part.
And then that's the drive. You know, you're like, oh, another really, really tough athlete. Like, I want to do it. Yeah, I'm telling you, like I'm sparring with Amanda. She's really good. Like she hit me once, and I know how to take a shot, but she cracked me once, and I'm like, oh, I see why you knocked these women out. Like it was one of those, like she wasn't hitting me hard, but she hit me clean. I was like, oh, this is why you're a double weight class champ. Like, okay, this makes sense. But the hard part with that is, and I've had fights canceled on me that I was, you know, ready for, all that stuff. It sucks because you don't get paid. For the most part. Yeah, UFC is different. They'll pay for her to show up, but you're not getting paid as much as you would fighting. There goes your pay-per-view bonus. There goes a lot of things you planned your life for. And in this career, there's no season. You know, so it's like we have to stay ready year-round for 15, 20 years, if we're lucky.
Yeah,
so it's
15, 20 years is actually crazy.
And stay healthy, both physically and mentally throughout the entire thing. Like, dude, this career is tough.
Yeah, dude, I can't imagine being in the UFC where it's like, even if you have a 4-fight contract, you might get cut on the next one. Like,
yeah, we're everywhere. Let's do it. Yes, please. Thank you. Yeah. You guys tied this so well.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yay.
Just gonna make some space in the middle, okay?
Please.
So I think whatever is about to come out, we're going to bust the camera out and make it awkward.
That's fine with me. I'm just trying my best not to be like,
No, 100%. Like, dude, that's, and let me bring this up because people are going to notice, Ricky's gone. We both had, a lot of work outside of here. We're both doing 80-hour weeks. He had to go take care of his family. He may be back. He may not. I don't know. But, with the funny riffing with me and Ricky is that, dude, we're both fat asses. So don't even worry about eating in the mic because it happens every episode. I actually missed the ambiance when I'm talking to you of this man eating. It's one of the funnier parts of the episodes. But yeah, don't worry about that stuff. Everything we've been talking about, we've been jumping around my notes already, so it's excellent.
No, I'm a person that transitions really fast. Oh my gosh, exactly. That's exactly. Oh my goodness. No, you're perfectly fine.
There you go. That's the grilled veggies.
Oh my gosh.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So these are the lamb chops. That's beef kebab. This is meat kafta, and the sauce is for the meat kafta.
Okay.
And that's the chicken.
You're amazing.
Yeah, this is all really good. Thank you so much.
Thank you. See, so this is a nice little platter of just mix of everything.
Well, this seems like the right time, right? I mean, what do you want to grab here?
I'm gonna definitely work on the salad first and kind of go from here.
Okay, yeah. Let me know when you're about to dig in.
Yeah, for sure.
But let me get this in here because so usually what we do is we're real amateur when we started here, so I would just follow a formula where we kind of ask you your background and go through your whole career. But you've got a lot of good stuff going on now. So
it's going to be a long podcast episode, I can tell you that.
Believe me, I have the whole paper filled up, so I already expected that. But let's jump back to that a little bit. I still like to talk about where you came from and whatnot, and you have a really interesting backstory.
It's a very different one, I can tell you that.
So you come from Chicago. And let me drop in something our mutual friend said. He said, deep dish sucks.
Can I swear on the podcast?
Absolutely.
Fuck you, Joe.
Dude, I finally visited Chicago for the first time last year, and I got a stomach flu. I didn't even get to try deep dish.
Oh my God.
Like,
damn, the salad's good.
Dude, like an hour before we were going to go get some deep dish, stuff was just coming out of both ends. But so I have to reserve my thoughts on it for the moment. But it looks good.
So deep dish, for people who don't know, I think it's great. But as a Chicagoan, we do it maybe once every 3 months, if that. And there's some good places. Giordano's is like our famous one, but that's like the McDonald's of fast food. Like it's good. Like if you want fast food, like you're like, cool, McDonald's is safe or never, but there's other better places like In-N-Out, stuff like that. So for us, it's like Gino's East, Illuminati's, Pequod's, all these different places. And everyone has their own little turf war of like, oh, this is better, that's better. But Chicago style is more tavern. And if you watch David Portnoy, he's like, taverns on this scale, I don't like it as much, but we're all biased. We all have our own, like he loves his New Haven style. Obviously, I prefer my Chicago tavern style. Regardless, Chicago, so fun fact when it comes to history, Chicago is one of, if not the most segregated city in the world. So our neighborhoods, like what nationality are you?
I'm pretty white.
Okay.
I'm Polish, German, a little bit of all that stuff.
So most of the time, your nationality would be on the north side.
Yeah.
Okay. My nationality is on the south side. It's Mexican. And or Puerto Rican will be on the north side. So literally, because you speak Spanish doesn't mean you're from the same neighborhood. Mexicans are in this neighborhood. Puerto Ricans are in that neighborhood. Blacks, depending on where you're from, Jamaican or where Africa, you're from this neighborhood. If you're just whatever, there's Ukraine Village. There's all these different neighborhoods that are literally segregated by languages. Like you go to Chinatown, literally signs are in Chinese. You go to Pilsen or Little Village, signs are in Spanish. You go to, I believe it's Oak Lawn where Bilal Muhammad's from, signs are in Arabic. Like the whole, like it literally looks like you're in a different city or country at times. But because of segregation, the food there is exclusively that culture.
Right.
So for example,
kind of like New York, right?
Yeah. So for example, if you want but New York's a little more diverse, because of the buildings and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in Chicago, for example, if I wanted to go hang out with Bilal and go, hey man, where's the best Arabic place? Every block has like 4 or 5 Arabic places that serve the exact same thing. So literally the best survive. So let's say there's 3 places, one will survive and those other 2 places will close down and 2 new ones open up. And then it becomes like a cycle of which one is best.
Yeah.
So literally when you go to Chicago, if you want the best Arabic food, you go to this neighborhood, you go to that neighborhood for Mexican, that neighborhood for this. So when it comes to food, you're going to get literally the best food possible compared to like you go to New York. It's like, oh, the Arabic place here, a few blocks down, there's another Arabic place. Chicago, literally, you're going to get the, so I'm spoiled. So I think this is why another reason why I leave Chicago.
I wish I had known you before I went to Chicago because, dude.
And the hood spots are the best, by the way. That's what I was telling the lady, the mom and pop shop. They're amazing. But no, so because of segregation, we're literally voted almost every single year one of the best places in the world for food. So, fun fact. Yay, segregation.
That's what I'm saying, dude. You might be the perfect guy for this podcast. Like, your food knowledge is impeccable. But tell me a little bit about that, man. Like, you grew up in the south side of Chicago, which, I mean, you can watch movies and shows, and it always says it's a bad place to grow up, right? And your dad was in a gang. And you said your dad was very influential on your fighting career. Like, where, what happened there? How did all that start? How did you get into all this?
So people already know this because of the color. So Chicago, besides being segregated, there's a lot of gangs. And gangs, you ever seen the movie The Warriors?
Yeah.
And the guys with the bottle, the Warriors. So those people wore jackets or different outfits. So like, oh, those are the boppers. These are the riffs. These, in Chicago, they had the same thing. And so in Chicago, they had the same thing. So every gang, though, was black plus whatever other color. So my father's gang was purple. So hence all the purple that I wear.
Oh, shit.
So my whole childhood was black and purple. And like, we'd have a party, it's called the Purple Party. Like stuff like that. Everything was black and purple. If you go hang out with different gangs, it's yellow and black or red and black or whatever other color you can possibly think of. No gangs have the same color. So, and it's literally a rainbow of colors. It's ridiculous. So every gang in Chicago would wear the same sweater with a different like logo patch, and it would be a stripe of whatever color. And so one of my fights, I actually walked out. My father passed away. I walked out with his war sweater. So there was 3 sweaters for every gang. There's an everyday sweater, there was a war sweater, and then there was a party sweater. So like everything, but they're all exactly the same for every gang, just based on different colors. So kind of thing. And the war sweater had patches, just like Boy Scouts. Like if you achieve something, you got a different patch. So if you see a sweater that's fully like emblemed out, oh, that guy did some crazy shit.
Been through some shit.
So my father was a Harrison Gent. So the colors are purple and black based on the north side. I grew up in the south side, a whole different territory. And so automatically, I couldn't tell people that my dad was something because even if it was the same side, like for example, a Democrat or Republican, they were still against something, So for example, gangs have the same thing. They have a government. It's folks and people. It becomes a whole crazy thing.
Yeah, no, this is beyond crazy
even
right now.
In that little triangle, let's say you're folks, even some folks don't like each other, or if you're people, even some people don't like each other. Automatically, you don't like, the other side.
Right.
But there's some people internally that's like, I got beef with you. Don't mess with me. So it's a crazy thing. So even though I would talk to everyone down in the south side, even if they were the same side, your opposing territory, there was problems. So I'd never said anything that my father was something. My dad, and it's funny, I'm talking to somebody like just people down here, and they're like, why are you always so I relate to my dad a lot. Now as I get older, I'm like, oh, now I understand you. When I lived by myself in Mexico, besides locking the door, no one knew where I lived. Like when I was a kid, when I would write my name in school, my dad told me, he goes, write Shorty. Every day was Shorty Torres. No one knew my real name. No one knew where I lived. No one was able to come to my house if they knew where I lived. I lived in a trap house. My dad had made and sold drugs. So he was afraid that my friends would come over and rob me without me knowing. Dude. And because that happened to him. He's like, yeah, dude, my closest friends, we'd sell drugs together, and out of nowhere, I'm missing a pound of something. And then my dad would have to, take care of business. But he's like, oh, this guy took it, instead of thinking somebody else did. But was it that your close friends can be your biggest enemies type of thing. So sure. Like, because of that, I always grew up paranoid. My dad's biggest rule for me was, I don't care what you do. You don't even have to come home. Like, you can stay at your friend's house every single day. Just don't bring the cops home. And that was literally the only rule because
Damn,
we
man.
sold drugs in the house.
Yeah.
You know, so my dad's like, I don't do you do your thing. I trust you. Just don't bring the cops home. My brother being 8 years older was way different life than I had. My parents weren't as established as much, so they struggled more. And my brother sadly took the extra fire, if you want to say. So he went through it a little tougher. He was a rebel, so sadly he brought the cops home a lot. So my rule was the opposite. Don't bring the cops home. Don't be like this. And because of both of them, I was able to find positive role models. I was neglected on purpose. Like my father was there. My father was in my life, same thing with my brother. But they both knew if they hung out with me, that I would be like that. Because every son wants to be, just like their father, big brother. So I'm like, oh, where are you guys going? And I was neglected. I didn't know that until later on in my life, why they were doing that. But I was raised by my mother. My mother was like, you know what? You got all this energy. You want to fight because my dad either fought with me or he kicked my ass. So it was one or the other, And I usually didn't know until it was too late, So I'm like, all right, well, my mom put me in karate, and I stayed in karate. Obviously we talked about J. Stephen Frank earlier, Power Rangers, and I'm a '90s baby. Ninja Turtles.
We'll definitely have to talk about
Power
that again.
Rangers, WWE or WWF Attitude Era, all these different shows.
Oh man, come on,
Dragon Ball Z. So it's like I was so enthralled with fighting that I'm like, I just want to fight, and so. Because of that, my dad would always support me. And that's how I inevitably, as I became an adult, built a relationship with my father, because he's like, hey, man, you have a level head. You finally got to hang out with positive role models, male role models that you needed, that were other father figures, and that I trust. Let's hang out now. Like, you're responsible enough to where we can hang out, that you're not going to be like me. And so it was a crazy thing. But if it wasn't for my mom taking me everywhere, like, I wouldn't be the person I am today, because she gave me that opportunity.
So did you dodge all that stuff? Did you ever get in any kind of trouble out there?
It's crazy, man. I've been in the back of cop cars, but I never got taken in. Like, it was just one of those things that I was always in bad places at the wrong time, but somehow given I never did anything crazy, but I was always able to talk my way out of stuff. And I was always a good kid. I didn't have a record. I still don't have a record. Knock on wood. But, but I've never been in a street fight. Like, I've always talked it out. I've always been, if you know anything about Dragon Ball Z, I'm like Gohan in
quite a lot.
Gohan in the Cell Saga. Like, I just wanted to hang out with my father, not to fight. I just wanted to train with him because I knew that was the only way to hang out with him. And I'm a good fighter. I just don't like fighting. It just so happens that it pays the bills. It makes him happy, proud. I get to continue a legacy. And it so happens to motivate other people, because my job in my head is I want to be a hero. I want to be a role model. So
was your father a trained fighter?
No. Most of the gang guys were trained fighters, but before my dad was chief, he was a goon. So like, if you go, hey, Shorty, my dad's nickname was Shorty G. So I was Little Shorty G automatically, whether I wanted to be or not. And he's like, hey, man, Shorty, this guy owes us $500. You got to go get the money. And my dad would just be the goon. Like, actually, Rocky, the original Rocky.
Yeah, right.
He was a goon.
Yep.
He's like, oh, I got to collect this money. All right. And my dad's like, yeah, dude, I'd walk in. My dad didn't give a fuck. And especially in the 80s and 90s, they're all on weed, coke, and steroids. So my dad's like, I'm hyped up. Like, I'm gonna go fuck some guys up. And even if I get my ass kicked, I'm trying to do my job.
Yeah.
And that was my dad. Like, I'm given, I don't know all the exact stories, but like, my dad did some crazy shit.
Yeah,
where I'm like,
I wouldn't say that's like a good thing, right? But man, like the 80s and 90s were such a cool time. Like, even that sounds kind of like romantic in a way, Like everything you just laid out is crazy. Like you said, they had sweaters and everyone like agreed we're gonna wear the same sweaters.
It was 100% percent a movie, to where now when I fight, because everyone's like, oh, he's representing, the gents or East folks. It's like, no, I'm representing my father.
Right.
I didn't do this until my father passed away. But I also represent not the gang, but the gang culture of, this is what made me what I am. Like, it gave me a different opportunity compared to, like, I had no opportunity in, putting myself down as a victim. In Chicago, because we're so segregated, we're Latinos for me. It's like, you're supposed to be cutting grass. You're supposed to be a plumber. You're supposed to be a handyman. Like, This is what you're supposed to do. And that's great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but be more than what your segregated community tells you can be. And that's what my father and my family in general gave me the opportunity, because they're like, man, I was fortunate enough to get that positive reinforcement instead of saying like, you got to do this. Given I learned stuff, hood stuff. I'm very street smart, but my dad's like, dude, go to the books, like, be better than me, like, don't hang out with me on purpose, and I hung out with my mom, and I'm very independent because of her and stuff like that. But I got lucky that one, I met the positive male role models I needed, but then I'm somehow, dude, met really positive people that never put me down. They're like, dude, you could do it. Like, you could be the next Mike Tyson. You could be the next, Holyfield or whatever. Like, I just had people always reinforcing that, like, you can do it. You could do it. You could do a culture. And luckily, I was like, you know what? You're right. I was always a shorty. I was literally always a small guy. So I grew up losing. And by the time I finally grew into myself, I was like, oh shit, I can do this. And then look where I'm at now.
Right. I mean, dude, you got quite a few titles under your belt at this point. So
but dude, again, like talking about trying, like, given if I knew what I could do now, back in the day, I would have achieved way more, because then it's literally just like anything. If you give 50%, you're going to get 50% back.
Yep.
If you give 100%, I'm not saying you're going to get anything back, because sadly,
the most you can get.
You can get, and especially in a sport where you get your ass kicked, like, you got to give your all, because if not, you're 100% going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
So why not have some type of leverage on this side? So for me, all I did was try and look around. I never believed in myself. I was like, you know what? Let me just put everything in and see what happens. And oh shit, it worked.
Dude, that's a crazy story. I feel like we could talk about that for a full hour.
I can talk. So we got a lot of food, so we got a lot of time.
Yeah, no, we haven't even hit the main course yet. But so you did wrestling for a little while too, and I guess your base came from karate and wrestling, right?
Yes.
And you started taking up amateur. You did the IMMAF stuff, right? Did I get that right? IMMAF?
So I started with karate. When I was 4 years old. Then I started, different sports, everything else. Because I was a 3-season sporter plus karate year round. Damn. And then when I got to, when I got to high school, I did football, and then after football, the wrestling coach was like, hey man, do you want to join wrestling? And I remember talking to my dad, and my dad, he was pretty homophobic, and again, I'm going to just be real as possible and say what my dad said, so don't cancel me. But I was like, hey dad, my friends after like child football, was it Pop Warner? He's like, I go, hey man, all my friends are like state champions. Can I go wrestle them? He's like, hey, is that the one where they wear like the tights and the spandex and grab each other? I was like, yeah. He goes, no, that's just for fags. And I'm like, damn. Okay, cool. That's just for fags.
I don't think he was the only one who said that though.
No, well, the South Park episode talks about that. It's like, sir, you're gonna need to get your homo stuff out of here. You're like, it's pretty much that. And when I got to high school, I was decent at basketball, but in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play basketball. And coincidentally, I didn't make the team, but the coach was like, hey, if you don't make the team, I want to see you in the wrestling room. I was like, all right, bet. And I ended up being in the wrestling room. The funny thing was, the whole first year I tried to get cut. I still showed up, but I would show up an hour late to weigh-ins, all these different things, and he never cut me. And I received punishment, but I just kept going. And literally because my mom would always make me feel bad if I didn't do something. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go. But if you cut me, it's not my fault. Like I'm trying to like sabotage this, but it never did. And because that coach, Coach Cicada, like, I just kept wrestling. Little I know I was, state qualifier. Then I got to go to school for free. Was a national I was a national placer. I took 4th, and then I got to go to school for free. University, $45,000 a year. I was a 2% Latino population at my university, so I felt, even though I'm very pale and I look white, I was very the oddball. And they're not, the school wasn't being racist, but they're like, your name's Jose. Oh, you must make really good Puerto Rican rice. I'm just like,
that's that real white people shit.
Yeah, it was a country area, so like they weren't used to Mexicans, and I get it, but they're like, oh, you're also Puerto Rican. You must be good at making Puerto Rican rice. You're Mexican. So question, my roses keep dying. Can you? I was like, I mean, I know how to do it, but go fuck yourself, so it's
like, I know how to do it, but not because I'm Mexican or Puerto Rican. Stop.
Yeah, I was like, it just so happened, I know, but damn it, I'm not helping the stereotype. But it's dude, it's crazy. Again, like the way my life has worked out, that's why I try my best to stay so positive through all the negativity, because no matter what, like, negative shit is going to happen.
Yeah.
Every day. Like even today, I came in, I was like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm sorry, like last minute things got canceled, I'm changing life around, but I'm alive. Like, worst is worst, dude, I'm alive, and I get to retry and continue and see where it goes. Like, especially my livelihood. We talked about my dog dying. I am so a negative thing, but it's my trauma. But like, I'm so good with letting go that it affects me for sure. I'm not gonna say it doesn't, but I'm just like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm a gypsy, dude. I lived in Mexico I got here in October. I lived in Mexico 2 years. Then I was in Vegas for 2 years. Then I was in, different, and then I was back here for 3.5 years.
You were just in Mexico?
Mm-hmm. I lived in Mexico for 2.5 years.
Because you were here, right? You were in Florida for a minute.
Since October, then I went to Mexico. Then I was in Vegas. Then before that, during COVID, I was here for 3.5 years, but different neighborhoods, Port St. Lucie, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Boca. And then before that, I think I was in Colorado. Then I was in California. Like I'm everywhere. The crazy thing is I build families there too. So when I leave, I'm like, later guys, I don't know when I'm gonna see you again.
That's your sponsorship and mentorship stuff?
No, I just travel and fight.
Oh,
I'm literally Goku. Like I'm Kid Goku traveling to I'm gonna go to King Kai's place.
Gotta go.
I'm gonna go to Master Roshi's place. Oh, there's a tournament. Like I just travel, and I don't have any kids that I know of. Hopefully, knock on wood. So that's the blessing and the curse that I have is because again, I watch a lot of anime, so I'm gonna be very the Full Metal Alchemist equivalent exchange. Like you can't ask for something and not give something in return. So for me, I travel and I can do all the things that people wish they did, like traveling, meeting new people, messing around, doing whatever the case may be. But I also don't get the normal lifestyle of actually building a relationship with somebody or stability or like, for example, like I've had past girlfriends that are like, oh, I like you. And I'm like, I think you're amazing. I'd love to build something with you, but I can't guarantee anything. So if you can't deal with it, like I get it. Like you want stability, go somewhere else because I can't offer that. Yeah. And I say in relationships, like, can you deal with it? Or is it a deal breaker? If it's a deal breaker, then they
got to know that up front for sure.
And some people try to convince you otherwise, but and somehow I'm the asshole for like speaking my mind and not going across my boundaries. But that's a whole different thing. But I'm everywhere, so it's like let me enjoy the now with somebody, and then once I'm gone, hey man or girl, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for everything, and hopefully one day I see you again. But if not, thank you.
Man, that's pretty cool, dude. I mean, let me slip this in here then, because let me get one of these things too. Everything looks good, man. Once we get to the lamb and stuff, I gotta bust the phone out. But
that's good.
So dude, I guess when you started, you did your amateur stuff, and I know you did a lot of kickboxing and Muay Thai fights. Mm-hmm. And then it was Titan.
And so when I turned pro, I became the first ever 2-time IMAF world champion, IMMAF,
right.
And never been done in history. And then other people followed suit, like Muhammad Mukayev and a couple other people. Ramazan, I can't say his last name. It's like a 3-time. I was like, oh, damn, like this is crazy. I was a pioneer for that. Like I never knew that would happen. I was just doing it, listening to my coach, and I'm like, all right, cool. Shout out Master Bob Shermer. But I win that, and then so this crazy story. So it's actually really funny to me. Before I got educated and started traveling the world, the only place I've been to were Mexico, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Typical, visiting your family's roots. But when I turned pro, or was going to turn pro, the Prince of Bahrain, the Middle East, calls me, but like one of his representatives.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking it's like a spam call. He's like, hey brother, Sheikh Khalid wants you part of his team with Khabib, Islam Makhachev, Frankie Edgar.
Seriously?
All these different people. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, but this sounds fake. and so I talked to an American who's part of the team. He's like, hey man, do all this stuff. Then the guy calls me back. Again, I'm thinking it's like a spam call because he didn't give background. He goes, hello, I'm with the Prince. I need your passport information.
It sounds like
and I'm like, scam. Dude, I'm not going to send you my passport. Like, who the hell is this guy? Then he calls again. He goes, because I hang up, he calls again. He goes, I'm sorry. I think call got dropped. I need your passport. And I'm just like, bloop. And I know the Prince messages me perfectly. He's like, hey, jackass, like, I'm trying to get your information so you can come over to the team. I was like, oh, damn, let me figure this out. And so I fly over. Now, I never heard of the country Bahrain. It's a military base for the most part for us Americans, but I don't know. It's the smallest country in the Middle East. They call it the Pearl of the Desert because of how small it is. But it's literally in the middle of the ocean. But I go and I never seen a picture of the Prince. And so I literally just finished training with Khabib, Islam, and I'm rolling with them, having a good time.
Dude, when was this?
2015.
Wow.
And so
it's all
amazing.
fantastic.
Thank you. I'm slowly getting
he's saving the best for last, but we get.
No, I know. I'm gonna try my best.
You heard her, man. You better take that bite.
I'm gonna try. Thank you. So I go there, and I never seen a picture of the Sheikh, so I don't know who he is. I don't know what he looks like. And I just finished with Khabib, Islam, Frankie, all these guys, and I'm just talking to one of the Arabic guys next to me. I'm like, yeah, man, it's such an honor to be here. I've never met the prince. I'm excited to meet him. Out of nowhere, two like generals or like higher class guys walk in the military outfits, and they're like, Sheikh Khalid, we need to blah, blah. And he's, I don't know, the guy next to me is just like, everyone just stops and like stands straight. And I'm like, oh shit. I was like, oh damn, this is the prince, and I didn't know, we were just speaking, like he was just in regular gym clothes, so
you were talking to him.
Yeah, and we were beating each other up, like I didn't know, like he was rolling with us. I just thought it was one of the guys a part of the team, and because he's young too, he's only like 3 years older than me or 4 years older.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, it's cool. And then we do an actual full team practice, and the next day I spar with a guy named Alejandro Soto. He was a former UFC vet, and he was making his return for Titan. Lex McMahon was his manager, and he goes, hey Shorty, I own Titan. Can you spar with Alex? And I'll tell him to take it easy on you, because again, I'm amateur. He's like, I'll tell him to take it easy on you if he starts going too hard. And let's just say, long story short, it was a good day for me. And Lex is like, who the fuck is this kid? Like, I want to talk to him. And basically at the end of it, he's like, hey man, you want a 4-fight deal for Titan? And so I made my pro debut immediately for a bigger promotion, before UFC Fight Pass picked up all that stuff. And then 3 fights in, I became world champ. 5 fights in, I became 2-weight class world champ. I fought 5, world title fights. And then with also former UFC and Bellator veterans at the time. And then I went to the UFC.
So that's where I was getting at with this. I know you trained in Chicago, like at the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. And then I know with Titan, I guess you spent some time with Bang Ludwig and TJ Dillashaw.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you end up out here?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I don't know.
Because I was looking at some of your stuff. Like, dude, you even went to ATT Black Box at one point. And I'm like, I dropped in there like many, many years ago, but it was so random to see you in that gym. I was like, what the this man has been everywhere.
For the most part, if you say my name in almost any gym, they'll know me. Like, I'm not even kidding.
That's awesome.
So what was I? That was my fourth or fifth fight. I was just training in different places, because I went to San Diego for my first training camp for just pro debut. Then I ended up in Jackson Wink in Albuquerque. Then I went to Fort Worth, training at a place called Genesis with Mark De La Rosa, Montana De La Rosa. And just, again, connections. Like, people were like, oh, hey, I want to introduce you here. And then somehow I transitioned there. Like, I was like, and I'm that friend that's like, hey, dude, you want to go to, like, they have the sign of Petra here. They're like, hey, you want to go to Petra? I'm like, fuck it, let's go. Like, whatever. Because again, I don't have any crazy responsibilities.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll go. So I just got up and left. And so one day, my friend's like, hey, I train at Muscle Farm. Do you want to come train with me? And I'm really good friends with Curtis Blades, Chip Mariscal, who's in the UFC. It's like, hey, we're training at Muscle Farm. T.A. Dillashaw and Joseph Benavidez have a fight coming up. Do you want to help them? And then also they'll help you for your camp. I'm like, yeah. And Muscle Farm at the time was like the UFC PI before the PI was a thing. And so I go and I get to hang out with my 2 Chicago friends. I'm like, yeah, like we all grew up together. And then Joseph Benavidez was getting ready for Cejudo. So I helped him for Cejudo. And then TJ was getting ready for John Lineker. And very similar styles, like, oh, I can help both you guys. After Joseph fought, I was supposed to have my fight, but my fight got canceled. So TJ is like, dude, you want to come back and help me? And so I was literally his only training partner for John Lineker the entire time.
Wow.
So we built a relationship. And because of that, he's like, I'll pay you, but then I'll pay for sessions for you to work with Dwayne, so it can be beneficial to you. Got to work with Juan Archuleta as well, and all these different people. And, dude, I'm really good at networking. So I just built relationships. So the next camp I came back. Then he transitioned from Colorado to California. So then I moved with him to Anaheim, California, and trained there. But I was driving 2 hours a day because I didn't have a place to stay. So I lived in Palm Springs by Coachella, so I was literally driving 2 hours every day just to go train with TJ.
Yeah.
When he was fighting Cody Garbrandt. And I was getting ready for my fights. And then TJ had his kid. And I was like, oh, he's not going to train anymore. I just beat a guy at American Top Team. My manager lives down here. Screw it. Let me come to Florida. So that's how I ended up here.
Dude, that's a crazy thought process. So I beat a guy from Top Team. Let me go train with them.
Yeah, well, because he was good. And I feel bad because I was the last fight. And then literally I came in. He's like, I'm not going to train here anymore. And he left. I was like, oh, come on. Like, the reason why I wanted to train with you. Like, even though I beat you, I respect you. I show him the respect. But,
that was from Titan, or that was your first fight in UFC?
In Titan. And then, and even like Alex Perez, like, he knocked me out, dude. I had a podcast episode with him. We talked.
I was about to.
We hang out with him.
Did you see? He said your fight was his favorite fight.
Yeah, because he knocked me out, motherfucker.
Yeah, but he gave you a lot of props. He was like, this man was undefeated. He was talking shit. He said I wouldn't be able to take him down, so I just swung on him.
What was the funny thing is, so I had him on my podcast, And he asked me, he's like, hey, what was your game plan against me? I was like, honestly, my game plan against you is what you did to me, just bum rush you and beat you up. And I was like, what was your game plan against me? He goes, well, to hopefully bum rush you to get you to shoot. And I was like, well, hey, how about next time you fucking follow your game plan so the fight could have lasted longer, asshole? And then he was talking smack. He goes, oh, well, I knocked you out. I was like, so I want to let you know, you punched me 103 times to knock me out. You got pillow hands, dude.
Dude, the commentary was crazy because they mentioned something. They're like, Shorty says he likes this. Like, he wants to be hurt before he like...
Yeah, I'm a jackass.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
And I was like, dude, you got pillow hands. He goes, yeah, I know I got pillow hands. But he's like, I still knocked you out. I was like, no, you best be that day. But so I ended up down in American Top Team. And then I started working with, because I'm small, so I work with a lot of females as well. And I'm a person that can literally control my body and, whatever. So I started working with Jillian Robertson. And she's literally the pupil of Dean. Yeah. So she's like, hey, I need a body. Can you be my practice partner? And then I literally built a relationship with Dean and then literally somehow end up living with Dean in Port St. Lucie, so during COVID. So we trained twice a day, every single day in the garage. So literally that's how I network. Like somehow, some way things just happen. So that's why I say, like, you bring up my name somewhere,
they're going to know.
Somehow people will know me.
That's insane, man.
Dude, these wings are good.
No, they're really good, man. All this stuff's really good.
Mm-hmm.
So your UFC career, you were very outspoken about the way you were handled. Mm-hmm. And are you blackballed? Or are you trying to get back?
No, I'm blackballed.
Damn, man.
So I found out, and this is all rumors from different people, different managers, that know about me and my situation.
Yeah.
And I'm like an example of a situation that you shouldn't do. And sadly but gladly, to be responsible for myself and to market myself, I was talking to Bellator, before my UFC contract, because UFC would call. I remember having I broke my hand after a fight. And they're like, hey, you want to fight next week? I'm like, dude, I got a broken hand. Like, I won't be able to fight for 4 months. So you want to fight in a month? I'm like, I got a broken hand. You want to fight in 2 months? I'm like, dude, you're not listening to me. Like, I get how big you are and you're trying to force me in there and whatever, but I can't. And then, so it was a lot of no's. So when I finally got my last debut, a 9-day notice, 26 pounds, I'm like, you're a jackass, but okay, I'll do it, because it's UFC. But I decided to hit up Bellator in the meantime. And I was like, dude, I'll fight anybody. I don't care if you pay me well. And they offered me this big contract. I was like, I think it was going to be the first fight for the title at bantamweight because they don't have flyweight. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'll do it.
And who was the champ?
Darian Caldwell. And this was when he was on his reign before they finally lost to KOG. And so I was like, oh, I don't care. I'll fight Darian Caldwell. Whether I believe I'm going to win or lose, like, this money, hell yeah. And then that somehow fell through with no, like, rhyme or reason, just fell through. And then UFC was a little bit weird. And then they kept on giving me, like, lower offers in UFC. And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. Sure. And then, I fight, get, belittled because I was a flyweight. If I was in any other weight class with my resume, different.
100%.
But flyweights weren't being respected.
Yeah.
Then I made a video when I lost Alex Perez. DJ got traded. The same day I lost, he lost. And he got traded. And I was like, dude, Dana was talking shit about Ben Askren. And then you traded literally our best champion in UFC's history for Ben Askren, a guy you don't like, into UFC just to make an example of Ben Askren. And they did, so be it. Then DJ obviously became who he is over there, which is amazing, great for him. But I got released because of that video. I was like, you know what? I think they're going to cut the flyweight division because they don't respect us. And it so happened that I ended up being the first guy as an example. So I got cut. The reason why I got blackballed is because they found out about the Bellator deal before I even got signed. So like, man, fuck this kid. We just want him to lose.
Like, come on.
And then when I lost, they have a loophole. Even though I had a 4-fight contract, they have a loophole in the system of basically, if you don't compete up to our standards, so if you lose, they can cut you. Yeah. And so
that's what I was saying earlier. I can't imagine the stress, dude. The stress of like every fight, even though you have a guaranteed contract, the stress of every fight, not knowing if you really are going to have that contract is crazy.
Well, I have a contract. It's not guaranteed and it can be broken at any time. And Masvidal said this when he was trying to get his fight against Kamaru Usman. He's like, dude, we're independent contractors, but we can't fight anywhere else. Like, that's messed up.
Yeah,
and
I remember
it's true.
Saying that. That is it, dude. It's fact. You guys are just independent contractors. You don't get the health insurance. You don't get any of that stuff.
No, I gotta pay. I think for that last fight, I think I paid because California and Texas, or California, New York, and Texas are very strict with their medical requirements. I think I paid almost like $3,000 for my medicals, or almost $2,000 for my medicals,
dude, just to get qualified to fight.
And I was getting paid $12. No, that last fight, because I won the first one, I think I was getting paid like $14. So, and I lost, so $14,000, cool. Then there goes $2,000, that's $12,000 for me. Plus my corners, maybe I'm losing another minimum 2,000 plus the training camp. It's another 1,000, 2,000. So I walk away with maybe 8 until whenever I fight again.
Right.
Again, luckily I don't have a family and kids that rely on me, but even 8,000 for a person by themselves who's trying to compete at the highest level.
Yeah, dude.
That goes fast.
It kind of cripples your access to, the best nutrition, the best training, like all that
Everything.
stuff.
Man, I was really lucky that a lot of nutrition was the reason why I made weight. Like I got lucky that I met the right people at the right time that helped me for free and were in a sense sponsoring me. Like if it weren't for a lot of people helping me out, and this is why I try my best to help back when I can, I wouldn't have at all been not just made it in my career in certain aspects, but become the person I am today.
Yeah. So you already kind of mentioned Brave, and you mentioned through the beginning of this with the food and stuff, how you had been all over, I guess, the Middle East and Europe and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you did all that. You won a title there, and then you ended up where we started this episode with in RIZIN.
Mm-hmm. RIZIN, like the
RIZIN. My bad. Yeah, I always mess that up.
I did the same thing.
But let's divert for a minute because you brought it up a little bit. You have your own foundation, the Team Shorty Foundation.
Yes, sir.
What do you guys do with that?
So it is solely just me. Excuse me. So Team Shorty Foundation, I started it based on my father and my brother, and even just part of my life of, I believe they were easily more athletically talented than I was, and definitely more driven than I was, and even probably am.
Right.
Especially with fighting, that if they had the opportunity and people to actually support them, like the knowledge, nice. I like that.
Nobody saw that.
We got to get close to that. But the knowledge, then I wouldn't have been the person I am today. So my family, if they had it, dude, they would have been amazing. They would have been phenomenal athletes, but they didn't have that. I did. And again, I'm the person I am today because of it. But I look at it as anything I'm able to sell, 100% of the proceeds go to kids, teen, and young adults to, in a sense, stay inside the gym and get off the streets. So for me, like, dude, I've been able to sponsor people all over the world. Like, again, we talked about Jace David Frank earlier. Like, he sponsored me because of him. I got to go overseas.
Let's talk about that a little bit because we did that off camera.
Yeah.
So tell them about your relationship with Jason David Frank, aka the Green and White Ranger.
Yeah, green, white, double red, Black Ranger, all these different things. But to continue more in the foundation real quick, because of him, I was able to go overseas. If I didn't get sponsored by him, I wouldn't have gone overseas and competed more and been, again, at successful, trickle down to other things.
Right.
Because of people helping me, not just help me physically with money, but buying me gear, buying me clothes, paying for my gym memberships, paying or sponsoring me for going to tournaments or even to travel. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do all the things I did. Luckily, I was, I believe, a good person to where people were like, you know what, we like this kid, we're going to help him. And I try my best to give back. And because I gave back from the start, they were more incentivized to help me. They're like, yeah, this kid's good. Like, he's not even asked for anything. We're going to help him.
Right.
So that's what I do in my foundation. So 100% of the proceeds go to sponsor good people. I don't sponsor good athletes. I don't care how good you are. You can be the next John Jones, but if you're a piece of shit, you're a piece of shit. Like, hey man, best of luck in your career, do your thing, but I don't want to help you that way. Right. I'll mentally help you. I'll more than happy to give you advice, but I don't want to, waste my money on you because I feel like you're going to just take advantage of it. And I've had athletes that maybe I read wrong, and so be it. It's worth it. It's always worth a try. But dude, I got to sponsor different athletes. There's one kid in Peru named Edgar Torres that I sponsored, and I still do. He listened to me from a friend's recommendation. I sponsored for a few amateur fights. He made his pro debut, and I got him a few fights, and was kind of managing his career a little bit, helping him. And one day I was like, oh, I'm going to fight in Colombia. Dude, Peru's right down the block. Like, let me take a pay cut and pay for you to fly to Colombia and fight with me. So I got him on the Brave card, and he got to fight for the biggest promotion he's ever fought for. And he won. I'm like, dude, that's dope. And he got to be 2 weeks somewhere outside of his country, enjoying a different experience, new people. It's like, this kid's from like ghetto, Southside Chicago's ghetto. They're poor, it's a very different life. So I'm like, I helped him, and his mom sent me messages of like her crying and like saying, thank you so much. Like, even the littlest thing helped. So I try to help people with that. But talking about Jason Frank, dude, growing up, especially Power Rangers, like I prefer the White Ranger. So, and the White Ranger, and one of my favorite colors is white, is because it's like the color of truth, light, it's like hope in general. And so, when he went from green to white, I was like, man, this guy's dope. Like he had his Vegeta arc in a sense, and now he's Goku, So I always wanted to be like that and be the good person. So I grew up watching Power Rangers, literally buying the outfits. My senior year, I spent like $500 on a custom made White Ranger outfit.
Shit, dude.
And I somehow lost the Halloween contest, but like it was dope. It were all lady judges. So it made sense. They're like, what are you? I was like, oh, I already lost this contest.
Come on, that's not fair.
Yeah. But I bought everything, for it. And then years later, I see he starts a Facebook fan page. And I was like, oh, dude, let me message him, because I see him replying back to people. He's doing so much fan service. So I'm like, let me see what happens. To create my own little spiel of like how much he's my role model and why I do martial arts. And I heard nothing. So I was like, let me copy and paste this. And then 2 weeks later, did the same thing. He saw and he's like, hey, man, I want to sponsor you again without meeting me. He's like, dude, you sound like a good kid. I want to sponsor you. And because of that, I got to go to the Czech Republic for free, and compete at a world level tournament. I won that tournament. He goes, dude, you're dope. And then I finally met him like a year later, came out and decked all his clothes, some belts. And I went to a Comic-Con in Chicago. And, we take pictures, do all the things. He's like, dude, you're dope. I'll be free in a few hours. How about you enjoy Comic-Con and we can go to eat after? I'm like, I'm just going to sit right here. He goes, no, enjoy it. Lou Ferrigno's here, all these different people.
That's the big Comic-Con they always have. I forgot the name of it.
There's, I forgot what it's called, but there's one in Chicago.
C3, E3 or something like that.
And so I was like, no offense, I'm only here to see you. Like, I don't care about you, but like, I felt like a man crush. I was like, no offense, but I'm only here to see you. And he's like, oh, we'll do it. I literally sat at the table right across. I'm like, I'm just going to sit here. And if you need anything, we'll do whatever. And then out of nowhere, he's like, oh, I got to teach a class. You want to teach it with me? I was like, fuck yeah, I do. So we taught class together. And then, we had dinner. And then he's like, if you're ever in Houston, you can come teach in my school. And I'm like, fuck yeah. And then I was in the UFC. I went down to Houston coincidentally, because I was training a female fighter. And then I went to the school and taught. And then we went out to dinner again. Then we did indoor skydiving. And like, it was crazy,
No, like as a kid, you couldn't have imagined.
Oh, it's amazing. And especially walking into his gym is all like Power Rangers memorabilia. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm geeking out. And we used to, man, it's crazy because talking to him, one, because of his sponsorship and how nice of a person he was a real life hero to me. Like, that's when you finally meet your role model, you're like, holy shit, you are like, you weren't acting.
Right.
You were just being
yourself. They always say don't meet your heroes, but in this case, right?
So that's literally what I tried my best to be. I'm like, dude, if you didn't sponsor me, then maybe this foundation thing would have never happened. So now again, it's like paying it forward. It's like the full circle of life. But he, was a depressed person. And for people who don't know, he did inevitably commit suicide. But dude, he would talk to me like a real person. Like, he wouldn't just be like, oh, positive stuff every day. Like, one, for people who watch Power Rangers, he had an iconic voice. So he would send me audio messages because it was just easier for him. And every time I'd have to listen to it twice, because the first one I'm like, dude, it's the Power Ranger. Like, oh, okay, let me listen to it again. Pay attention, but he would say things like, damn, you're a real person. Because at times, I'm going through my drama too. And I'm like, damn, like, I'm not alone on this. And then we'd keep on talking and talking and talking. We just got closer and closer and closer to where, like, we're almost like brothers. So it's like, damn, this is nice. Good morning texts, all that stuff. Like, we're having good conversation. Hey, man, I hope you have a great day, whatever the case may be. And then sadly, his manager calls me, one day at like 6 a.m. And that's how close we were, that his manager knew that it would be nice for me to know before the world knew. And I was just like, damn, like, it's not that I knew something like that was coming, but I'm like, this makes sense.
It sucks, dude. It's always the people that seem like that, like such great giving people. Like, the struggles are crazy. You would never know.
Well, I mean, there's always rhyme and reason behind everything. But like, for his life, it was sadly like a normal thing. Like, his brother committed suicide. I believe he had another child or somebody that committed suicide, or someone in his family. So it's like a normal thing of like, when shit hits the fan, go. And obviously, everyone, too, you don't know.
He was really starting to finally get his flowers, for being like a real martial artist and everything. Like, he was gonna fight someone, man. Who was he about to fight?
He did CM Punk.
That was what it was, right?
They wanted him to fight CM Punk.
That was what it was.
He had like 2 or 3, actual
he was on a streak.
MMA fights.
I think he had more than that. Wasn't he like 5-0 or something? And he was already like 37, 38 at that time.
Yeah, and he tapped people out with like arm bars and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he knew his stuff.
No, he would have killed CM Punk.
I was excited for that. And it was funny because I was training with CM Punk.
Were you really? No, stop it. Now
I was in Wisconsin. No, I was in Wisconsin. He was at Rufus Sport.
Yeah, dude.
Phil.
Of course.
His real name's Phil. I didn't know. I was like, who the fuck is Phil?
Yeah, dude. He's a character for sure. I couldn't believe the UFC did that, letting him in, because I'm like, I get it, but at the same time, this man's got like 2 years of training. Like, there's no way.
But then years later, they signed into the same company as WWE,
which is how wild is that?
Everything builds up for a reason, but that was part of that reason.
Like a guy like Brock Lesnar, it was such a good idea. It added to the mystique of his character. It's like, yo, he went and really fought. He's actually dangerous. CM Punk, I feel like you knocked your character down like 2 pegs by losing like that.
All right, respectfully, I think it's time to.
I was about to say the same thing. Let's make this happen.
All right, I'm definitely doing a lamb shank.
Get right in your face here.
All right. I was like, is this supposed to be awkward? I feel like it's very natural.
Let the people know what you're about to bite into.
Good old lamb. If you don't like lamb, I'm really sorry to hear that. You haven't experienced life. But if you go to the Middle East or have any type of Middle Eastern food, don't order anything else. Order the lamb because there's a reason for it. Look, dude, look at the char. Look how soft it is. Like I didn't even have to, dude. I didn't even have to like.
Dude, you didn't even like, pause.
Look,
how good is it?
They're all looking at me. Thank you. This is amazing. Oh man,
that was the climax right there.
Ooh, telling you, there's some types of food where I'm like, I actually almost hit climax. But
so pretty much caught up on who Shorty is and where he came from, right?
I'm everywhere, dude. My ADHD comes into play when I talk. I go on tangents.
Oh, yo. I think I'm recently finding out so much about myself with that. Like, I was like, that's not a thing. But I've been reading so much stuff. I'm like, I definitely have that. Like, it's bad.
So I have cousins who are autistic. And there's some friends that I talk to that do jiu-jitsu or just MMA. And I'm like, you know you're autistic, right? And they're like, what? I was like, dude, it's okay. Like, you're on the spectrum. No, like, you're a high functional autistic, but you're autistic.
Yep.
Like, and they're like, well, you're not a doctor. I was like, no, you're right. Yeah, I could be horribly wrong, but you're for sure showing signs of autism.
Yep.
Me, I'm severely ADHD, and I might be autistic too. I have no clue, but
something happened at some point in the last 20 years where we've all got a little bit of it.
Well, we all took, again, we want to talk about conspiracy theories and vaccines and food and all that stuff. It's like, or was it Tylenol? Yeah.
I mean, shit, that's a good point, dude. I lived off of Tylenol when I was a kid. Mom like, hey, you have a fever? Tylenol, headache? Tylenol. It's like, shit.
How you like the lamb?
Fantastic, man. Everything here is so good. Like, I was a little nervous because I'm like, man, I've had Mediterranean, but I'm always very picky. I've never had someone pick out my stuff. But everything here hit.
So, given I'm a very big dessert guy, and I'm a very big dessert guy, I really hope they have kanafa. But when I go get a banana split, and given I'm a fat ass, so I'll do it by myself, I ask whoever's serving me, I'm like, these are my 2 favorite flavors, or I want to try something different. These are the 2 I want to try. What's your favorite flavor? They're like, oh, the most popular. No. What's your favorite flavor? Like, I just want to try something different because you never know until you try it.
Right.
Also, random thing, you never know if you like it until you try it twice. First time could just be bad.
That's true.
I've heard that, which is a bad thing. I've heard this from women. They're like, you don't know until you try it twice. I was like,
What are we talking about?
Exactly that. Okay.
No, this is awesome though. Let me bust out the notes because I had some random like.
I'm random, so trust me. I'll probably.
Well, they're not random, but like for me,
touching the topics before you even get to it.
I almost guarantee you have. Where did I just put that stuff?
Ain't
no way, dude. Where'd my notes go?
It's gone. Probably right there, by the spoon.
No, that's
gone under the table.
Oh, yeah,
it's under the table.
I was like, damn. I wrote these down because this isn't stuff I'd usually ask, but they were good. I did want to ask you a little bit about like the Japan culture as well. See, thank God I put this down here because I almost forgot. But like, dude, how much different is it over in Japan? Like, does it live up to the hype?
So, for sure. There's actually, even every time I've gone 3 times, it's gotten better. Which is crazy to say. and I've gone with different groups of people, which is even better. Like there's always something different.
Right.
And this last group, there's, one, they've never been to it. So I'm like taking them somewhere new, which is nice because I'm a little more seasoned. But then I've grown like a little family out there where I've had two people, they're from Japan, guiding me and being my tour guides and being my translator. Like I had my friend Sadi with me, and because of her, I was able to like meet and greet at least 800 plus people.
Damn.
Like literally because I couldn't communicate with them. And she's like, "Oh, I'll help you." And so I was like, "This is amazing." My friend Jay, who helps run my YouTube overseas, like because of him, for sure, autistic. Love the guy. But
so you have a second YouTube?
Yeah, in literally Japanese.
I can pull it up here though, right?
Dude, it's in 10 days, it got 2,500 subscribers. I've had my English YouTube for like 10 years. Go fuck myself, right? I've had only like maybe 700 subscribers. Over there, like I had 18,000 views. Like I'm almost at the like 10, I think it's like 10,000 viewing hours and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, holy damn. In 10 days, I can already
insane.
almost monetize.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's how much Japanese culture respects people. But then also the culture in general. There's a famous fighter by the name of Lazy Boy, and he's known for having like this crazy big mouth and all that stuff. And he literally talks his ass off, but like loud, obnoxious. We're like, hey man, like we're in public, like keep it down. Japan, they don't allow you to do that. If you're on the train talking loud, they literally go to you and go, or like they put your phone down or do all these things. Like it's a very, very respectful culture. Actually, they all use bikes. Bikes is a very popular way of transportation out there. No one, for the most part, if there's 10 bikes, 8 of them are not locked up. Like they're just there. They literally park them on the sidewalk because there's all the parking spots for bikes are taken. So they just put them next to like the apartment and that's it. And Lazy is walking and he's like, dude, we could just take this bike if we wanted to, because he's from poor part of Veracruz in Mexico. He's like, we could just take this bike if we wanted to. I was like, I wouldn't touch it, but all right. He literally grabs this person's bike.
Oh Jesus.
Rides around the block and then puts it back and he goes, dude, nothing happened? Well, I was like, yeah, because people believe that it's your bike. Like no one no one here steals. There, right? But their laws are very different. Like you steal, you're going to a severe punishment. And so their culture is amazing, man. It's one of those places that if I so happen to fight for RIZIN again, which I really do hope, especially because of the popularity, I have to stay there for 2-3 months. I have to, because it's like I'm even trying to learn Japanese. It's like that's it is a crazy culture. And again, even if you lose, they love you, which just reassures you so much that it just makes me want to fight again. Compared to like I lost, I pout, I want to cry, I want to do all these crazy dumb things to compensate. But no, dude, they made me feel better immediately. I was like, you know what? I did do a good job. Yeah, even though I'm not getting paid more, I lost. Like, thank you. It's cool.
So it kind of makes up for the other half.
Oh, for sure.
Dude, I'm definitely gonna have to hit you up though, because I'm probably going out there for my honeymoon.
Oh, it's what part of Japan are you going to?
I have no clue yet. Zero clue. We just said my girl wanted to go to Costa Rica, but I kept pushing Japan for the longest, and so many people around us have gone to Japan, man. I work at the airport, so we get to fly around, relatively cheap. And I've had 3 or 4 friends that have gone to Japan and they're like, yo, it's the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, wanted to go there since I was 8 years old.
There's post-Japan depression.
Yeah.
That like when you come back, you're just like, damn. Like there's many vacations, because I'm always working when I travel, that I've been on that I'm like, this place is dope. But then after so long, you're just like, I want to go. Like this is cool, but that's the same shit.
Yeah.
Japan is never the same. Like Tokyo is easily one of the biggest, I think it is the biggest city in the world. There's always so much to learn. Like even the shoes I'm wearing is from Japan. Like shoes, technology, food, and clothing are very cheap over there. So there's a place called Don Quixote, which is floors.
Yeah. We spoke about this with King Mo.
Oh, and he's fucking loved over there.
Yeah.
There's floors, and every floor is something different. Cosmetics, appliances, all these different things. But the tax-free is upstairs in the final floor. So you have no choice but to go through all the floors. And it's like an IKEA. It's like a maze to get up there. So you have no choice but to get up there. Like they even reverse the escalators on purpose. So you're like, oh, it's on this. Oh, fuck, it's on the other side. Damn it. So you have no choice but to go through it.
That's awesome.
And when you get to the top, they're so smart because they know you're going to buy so much shit by the time you get up there that the very last floor, all they sell is suitcases. So you have no choice but to buy another suitcase just to take your extra shit.
That is crazy.
Like they're so smart.
Damn, man. Well, yo, let me go ahead and reach for the deep stuff.
Oh, that's up. All right, be prepared to cry.
We might. These are some deep cuts, but seeing what you've told me, you might have already hit half of these. you probably told someone else the answers to this, but
I was like, I needed a good cry today.
So what's something about you that would surprise people who only knew you as a fighter?
That would surprise people that only knew me as a fighter. I don't like fighting.
That was a good one. You did mention that earlier.
Don't like fighting. I'm like one of the saddest positive people you ever meet. So, for example, it's funny. I was funny that I was telling somebody about this. I'm like, no offense, I'm always sad.
Damn.
But that doesn't mean I still can't live my life through a lot of things. You know, it doesn't mean I still can't enjoy myself to the fullest. So I post mental health posts every single day because, dude, I wanted to kill myself multiple times. Like, I'm a very sad person because of regrets, mistakes, could have been further in my life, woulda, shoulda, couldas. And everyone deals with their past differently. And I've lost a lot of things, and sometimes it feels like there's not rhyme or reason to live. But I'm still trying, and I'm a good example of, fuck it. Let's just live this life for as long as it is, whether I die today or die in 20 years. But I don't want to die by my own hands. Does that make sense? It's
100%.
like, if I do die in this, what I was saying, like being attacked by dogs or all that stuff, like, at least you can say I did some cool shit. Like Donald Cerrone, where it's like, why are you doing this right before a fight, dude? He's like, dude, I want to live life. You know, like, dude, that's...
He may be the best example of that.
Yeah. And the whole Robin Williams quote, like, the funniest people are usually the saddest.
Yeah.
And you don't know what's behind, you know, the eyes of people. But you know what? As long as they're being positive, not jail, and, you know, trying to help people, then awesome. You know, so for me, I'm probably the saddest person. Well, I wouldn't say saddest person you ever meet, but I'm a very sad person where I'm like, you know, man, I can be dark, I can be deep, I can be everything, and I will answer every question you ask me 100% honestly, because I've done some dumb shit, petty shit, you know, stuff I definitely shouldn't have done, but it's part of life. You know, I easily have some regrettable shit that I'm like, but I'm still around, right? So technically, I'm doing a good job. So as sad as I am, I try my best to be optimistic in any little way I can.
Yeah, and you're paying it forward like crazy, man. No one can really hate on any of that.
You ever seen Death of a Salesman? It's basically a movie where
I've heard of it.
It's a theater, you know, type of movie where it actually made me cry because I'm such an attention whore that the salesman, the main guy, is sad for all his life, and all he's trying to do is get attention. His family hates him, like even the closest family hates him, and he talks about another salesman that died, that thousands of people were at his funeral, cars are lined up, all that stuff, and he goes, that's what I want. And at the end of the day, he ends up pushing everyone away, and literally even his family goes, but they're like, is it over? Like, we don't want to be here. Like, to me, I was the only person crying in my theater room. I was like, oh, like, that shit's depressing. Like, that shit hit me.
Yeah.
So for me, if it so happens that I do go, I don't want to be like cried upon. I just want to be remembered of like, dude,
he was awesome.
That guy was dope.
Yeah.
Like, when my father passed away, I thought my dad was just a gang dude. People were going up speaking. They're like, because of him, I got to be a plumber. Because of him, I got to stay out of jail. Because of him, like, he gave me inspiration. I'm like, damn, I didn't know my dad did that for people. Like,
that's nice for you.
Yeah. And so I'm like, I want to do the same, but more. Yeah. You know, and I know my father wants to do the same thing. So that's my goal. That if I go, that I want people to talk positively about me. Even if they have a negative thing to say, they're like, but he was still pretty dope. Like, that's what I want.
Damn, dude. Good answer, though. Good answer. You got to have a good answer for this one.
Oh, fuck.
You can't make this one sad.
Oh, we'll see.
Nah, you might be able to. What song would kill your fighter persona? You know, like being a tough guy and whatever. People think fighters are tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if a song played on your playlist during your warm-up and everyone heard it, which song would kill that persona?
Like, as in, maybe they might not like me anymore? Or?
No, it would just be like embarrassing. Like, you know, oh, he's a tough guy. Why is he listening to this? Pretty much like your guilty pleasure, maybe, that no one would expect.
See, that's the bad thing. I'm so open that people expect it. It's not they expect it. They're just like, we don't know what to expect, so let's expect that. So, like, I have people ask me to, put on my music on the Bluetooth, and like, no. They're like, why? I was like, because my music's always on shuffle, and I have no clue what's going to pop up that like an anime theme song come into play that's only in Japanese. And you're like, what the fuck? You're like, hey, I get it. You know,
stuff's pretty hot right now.
Dude, I don't know if Pokemon will start playing. It's like, I want to be, you know, any little thing. But if it helps, because it's a poor answer. It really is. Because you really don't know what's going to play. One of my favorite songs, and actually is my favorite song, is Runaway by Kanye West. A little more in depth. Reason why I do say the you either live with it or it's a deal breaker, because I've been the cheater and I've been cheated on. I've literally been on both sides of that song. So I'm like, oh fuck, I understand literally everything this man's saying. Him and Pusha T, where I was like, huh, you know. So it's part of my sadness, but it's just more of like, damn. Or Power by Kanye West as well, where in the middle of the song he talks about fighting for his childhood custody, not his family, but this before he had kids, of his own internal child, to try to get that imagination and creativity back out. Because as you become an adult, your life changes and you start to like see kids and you're like, dude, that's dumb.
That's what that song's about.
Well, part of it. I mean, there's a lot of things in it about government, about being criticized, but also about your childhood imagination. Dude. Him fighting for his own custody of his inner child and trying to break away the lock so his inner child come out and play again and be free.
Yeah, because I fuck with Kanye too, man, but I didn't look that deep in all the, you know, like, damn.
And that song is also about suicide.
Well, damn, you managed to make it about sadness again.
Oh, it's actually, there's a friend I talked to. She goes, dude, why are you always so fucking sad? Like, she goes, I do something sweet, and then you just like, cool. You know, like I somehow put it down, and I'm like, or like I'll be negative, like, you know, it could have been better if you did this. So like, what the fuck? You know, so I'm a jackass. Something I got to work on.
Criticism is good though.
Depends on who you tell it to.
All right, here's a good one, because you just said a few times that you'll do anything, right?
Oh,
so
shit.
what's your most irrational fear?
My most irrational fear is letting people down, because I'm so extrinsically motivated that I want to live up to people's expectations. Because obviously there's a reason why you think this highly of me. I don't want to let you down because, again, I don't give a fuck about myself. I'm still going to try. I'm still going to do things. And I treat myself as much respect as I can. But if I got to take fire for somebody, then so be it. As long as it's obviously going in the side of good, but and beneficial. But yeah, man, I just don't want to let people down. So if my dad came to me or my mother came to me and they go, your disappointment, dude, that would fucking break me. Like, that's the only thing I would ever fear in my entire life. I don't care if you like me, he likes me. If the people close to me, because I don't get attached much. If Dean came to me and goes, dude, I'm disappointed in you, I would be fucking like, I would be in my room for days.
That's a good one, man. Because I was gonna tell you something irrational, but it is irrational, because like, you know, like
food.
These people aren't going to be disappointed in you anyway, you know? Like,
but that's also the catch.
Yeah.
Is, do I want to self-sabotage it to where they finally do say I'm disappointing you because I'm testing that ground way too much? And sadly, a lot of people do that shit. I've either dated people or have friendships with people.
Yeah, they take it for granted, right?
And with that, and or they double down. They like create self-sabotage, and I'll tell them, because I communicate very openly. And I'll tell them exactly, or like kind of try my best to describe it as well as I can. And they're like, okay, I get it. And then they'll double down and still be in the same position. And I'm like, the hell are you doing? Like, and now you're literally pushing me away when you said you wanted to get closer. And I'm trying to help you communicate so you can be a better person, not just to me, but as a whole. And you're doubling down. And it's like, oh, go fuck both of ourselves up. So, yeah.
All right, man. Well, it's about that time of the episode. I really appreciate you taking out the time, man, because I know you've had like a mad busy month.
How about this? What's something, from my perspective, what's something you didn't expect from this interview?
I mean, I don't know. I've gotten so used to like fighters being such cool people, to be honest with you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But like, you're super down to earth.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think you would answer any question I asked you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah, like, it sounds like you're
unless
like,
you're putting me in jail, yeah. Glove don't fit, you must have quit. Yeah.
FBI, we got him.
Yeah. And we got him.
But, yeah, I don't know, man. Like I've spoken to Joe about you already, and he did nothing but vouch for you in a good way, you know? So I already expected good things, but you were like super open, and I like your perspective on life, dude, because I share a similar one, to be honest with you. Like, I'm very negative, like on the inside. Like I'm like, man, everything sucks. People suck. But on the outside, I try to,
fake it to make it.
Yeah. Try to I like helping people too, man. Like, whenever I would train, like when I was actually training and doing jiu-jitsu and stuff, part of my favorite shit was like rolling with a new guy.
Yeah.
And you would completely kill them and they would look defeated, but then you would spend the rest of your time, instead of taking another role, helping them. And it just felt good, man. Like, you were kind of letting yourself not get better by not going with another role, but it feels good, Like I like seeing other people succeed too. So I feel like it surprised me. I kind of knew that you were like that because, dude, your stuff's all over the internet.
Oh, thank you.
But
and I put a lot of negative stuff online too on purpose.
Right, but it's for a good.
Yeah,
it's for a good purpose.
Well, the reason why I asked that is because you start to realize like people relate a lot more to each other than you think.
Yeah.
And because in a sense I wanted to kill myself, or Mike Tyson, I put a lot of mental health posts every single day on the weekdays. Then Sunday I do a Sunday question. They ask me anything, I'll answer. Even the funny stuff that I'm like, oh shit, I probably should answer this. Kids are on this, but whatever. You start to realize we're all the same in certain aspects, and we're going to face things at different points in our lives. Because someone's more famous than you now doesn't mean you won't be as famous, not more famous than them later on in their life. Or because somebody's hitting it hard doesn't mean you won't hit it hard. Like, don't make fun of people. Don't contradict yourself, and just go from there. Because no matter what, we're all going to relate to each other in some sort of way. We've all had somebody die on us, whether it's a parent or a loved one or whatever, a pet, an animal. We've all been broken up or dumped someone and created different, havoc in our life. We all have our fair share of regrets of woulda, shoulda, couldas. Like, we're all very similar. So why the hell are we all so mean to each other?
That is such a beautiful message that should be like posted before every political post right now.
Please. Well, and that's, dude, again, the whole crazy thing about politics is like, left or right, that's it.
Yeah.
There's you're Republican? Oh, I don't want to talk to you. Oh, you're Democrat? Go fuck yourself.
Oh,
it's like,
it hurts. It hurts to watch, dude. Like that's one of the things that keeps me down all the time. So I'm like, yo, why can't human beings just be logical? Like, I think we have more in common than we don't. So what are we doing?
A kid came up to me, and because I'm a jackass, so I make fun of people, but like, again, in a fun way, or I try my best to make it. Every joke has a truth to it. That's why it's funny.
Right.
But they're like, oh, dude, you're mean. And I was like, I'm a 90s baby. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. And they're like, that's not how that goes. I was like, huh, what?
They changed it?
Yeah, they fucking changed it.
What is it now?
Sensitive bastards. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words have the power to destroy me.
No, there's no way.
I swear to God, look it up. I swear to you, I was like,
that explains so much.
I wanted to punch that kid in the throat. I was like, you kidding me? Like, really? I was like, what hurts more? I was going to be like, what hurts more? I just tell him something, then I punch him in the throat. What hurts more? Like, that throat punch definitely hurts, doesn't it?
Dude, that is the most, I don't know how I haven't heard that. That's hilarious as hell. Like, but
yeah.
Talk about the complete opposite.
Exactly. So it's like, given, time is different, now we're getting older. It's like back in my day, it's like, fuck. But
what are they going to have left for that at this point, though?
Yeah, but it's also the point of like, worst is the worst, dude. Let's calm down. Let's communicate and be clear with the way we communicate. And just go, man, I've done dumb shit. I apologize, and let's figure this out.
That's it.
And hey, we might not see the same image, but it doesn't mean we can't live mutually.
Did you watch Demolition Man?
No, I've not.
What?
No.
Oh, you got to go watch it.
Dude, I've been watching nothing but anime. I'm sorry.
I feel you.
Anime.
You sound like you have a similar anime taste as I do. You're still on the old school stuff. You watch any new stuff?
Right now, I'm in the process of finishing Freerun. I still have to finish like 1 or 2 episodes of My Hero Academia. I think I'm gonna move on to Hell's Paradise. Somebody recommended, and there's a few more anime that I'm just like kind of venturing off to. But when COVID hit and I lost everything, I told you, a UFC career, family, all that stuff. Anime saved my life with many things. Like Cowboy Bebop. What's the philosophy behind Cowboy Bebop? It's literally dealing with your past.
Dude, Spike Spiegel is what it is, the king.
Yeah. And I actually dated a girl that I called Miss Valentine. It was amazing. What's Death Note? Literally, power corrupts absolutely. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So you learn the vengeful side of stuff of the whole Batman thing or Two-Face. You had to die the hero, live long enough to become the villain.
Yep.
Full Metal Alchemist has so many different things. Literally, the biggest one being equivalent exchange.
Yep.
If you're going to sacrifice something, it's going to have some type of positive return with it, or to equal or more, exchange rate. So it's like, this is dope. And there were so many different animes. So people who don't like anime, dude, give it a shot.
Yep.
Like, you never know what you'll learn, never know what you'll like. There's an anime for everyone, but that's me just going on a spiel.
No, I love it, dude. That was a good twist. But yo, like I said, thank you for your time. obviously we're going to finish cleaning this up, but like it was a pleasure to meet you. Great conversation, great food. Where can the people find you?
So my Instagram, Jose Shorty Torres. On Twitter or X, I believe it's Shorty Torres MMA or Shorty Torres 125. Same on all social media platforms. Just type in my name on social media. Hopefully positive things pop up, Jose Shorty Torres. But the main thing, talking about my foundation, teamshorty.com. And same thing on YouTube, Team Shorty and all that stuff. But teamshorty.com, everything ships worldwide. One, you can learn more about me, gives all the information you need. People can contact me through there as well, not just Instagram. And 100% of the proceeds that sold on my foundation website goes to my foundation. So I make no money out of it. I actually lose money out of it because I pay for it. That's my donations. I literally pay for all the clothes that are made.
Right.
So every time the order's in, I'm like, yeah, damn, I lost money, you know? But it ships worldwide. And because of Japan, like more Japanese fans have bought my stuff than American fans, which come on, America. But, you know, like,
catch up.
It's amazing. You know, so everything ships worldwide, Mexico, Bahrain, you know, US, Japan, all these different places. But when my YouTube and just the last thing I do want to say, when people, I was actually really, really crazy. Yesterday, I do a mental health post every day, every weekday. Yesterday was about not giving up and just trying. And I find different reels that you and I are different. So I find 3 reels that hopefully they're all on the same topic, but are said by a different person in their own little way. We speak different languages, okay? Even though it's English, I might say something to you and you're like, all right, cool. But then somebody else says something to you in a different little way. And you're just like, I get it. And it's like, motherfucker, you know, but it's true.
Yeah.
You know, Joe Rogan says something, I'm like, Daniel Cormier says something. It's like, okay, I might respect it a little bit more, whatever. So I put 3 different things on the same topic. Hopefully shows that you're not alone and somebody's going through it too or can relate. But dude, I think like 4 people hit me up yesterday about like giving up, not just suicide, but like, I hate today or whatever the case may be. And I was able to message people and just have a conversation, you know, whether I help or not, like just to talk and at least give people the room to vent. Because sometimes you answer your own problems just talking. But if people just want to message me, I respond back to all of my messages. Again, how I found you. Like,
right.
Message me on Instagram, Jose Shorty Torres, and I'll see my requests. I look at them every single day. And if I can, I will. And if I can't, then I'm going to get to it when I can. So if people want to message me, seriously, like I want to help. Yeah, because I don't want to be that person that like maybe, just maybe I could have done even the smallest little thing. People actually see me as a celebrity, which is fucking amazing. I never thought that. But like people see me as something. So even just saying hello, as I said hello to J. Stephen Frank and he said that back, I'm like, oh, you know, like just that can help someone. So if you want to message me, dude, any questions, I'm more than happy to help.
Yeah, definitely give this man a like, give him a follow, buy some of the stuff off of the Team Shorty site. So like I said, it was a pleasure, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you.